Hello, welcome to Deaf Mute Studio. This is 31 Days of Horror. We are on day 6.
Yep.
So we're on day 6. That's been confirmed. Gib, what is your suggestion?
I'm saying that. I'm just agreeing with you.
Yes, it is day 6.
So
Gib,
glad we cleared that up.
that could have got so confusing. So Gib, day 6, what is your recommendation?
Right, so mine is Demons, or also known as Demonet.
Great choice.
Directed by Lamberto Bava. I'm butchering that name, but yeah. It's one I know you've seen, I know one we've discussed a few times. It's definitely in a league of its own, this film. There was tons of those American, Italian, based horror movies back at this point, but this one is just so up there with me. It was produced, I think, by Dario Argento.
Yes.
But I love this even more than some of Dario's films. Just a great setting for a movie, very meta for the movie setting off this plague in this cinema theatre. Absolutely just disgusting makeup effects that just still now I make sure I'm never anywhere near eating or anywhere near some food while some of this.
It's terrifying, Gib. I watched it off your recommendation, and it was hard watching at times. I can't watch it when I'm feeling just a little bit sensitive. I need to go into it like strong.
You need to be maybe empty stomach, clear minded, just watch it. But it's it just doesn't take long to get going. Once it does, it's just fucking so much great action in it. Great demons. Demons are one of my favorite kind of monsters as well. Because there's not really a lot of rules to them as well, and they're always the most gnarly looking, and the way they look in this film is just
phenomenal.
And they're just so greasy and gooey and horrible, and even just the way there's some great death scenes. There's just some weird lots of weird scenes. There's a scene where some drug dealers in a car lose a big bag of coke, and it's just everywhere, and they're scraping it off, and then loads of it are on this woman's tit, which they just scrape it off with a razor blade. It just goes on for ages as well. It's so weird. Just loads of really strange dialogue. It's so weird, dubbing as well.
Yes.
Which I think it's just because I'm guessing a lot of the actors were Italian. They were speaking English, but they were probably speaking in with an accent. So it was dubbed with an American accent. But it's just
Molto bene, demons.
Yeah, it just adds to the wackiness of it. Very colourful, just very 80s. Got a very 80s soundtrack.
Love that soundtrack.
Got some Billy Idol, Rick Springfield, shit like that. Really good. A lot of heavy metal stuff as well.
Yes.
It's just a lot of stuff in a blender, and it just
works.
It works for me.
I totally agree. I love Demons. It's a very good watch.
It's one I really would love to watch in the cinema one day, and it's been under the fact a couple of times, and I've always missed it. But again, I feel like that would just add to the meta of. It's set in a cinema. They're watching a film about a demon, which sets off the thing when you're watching it in a theater.
I've often thought, like this time of year, it's always what's that farm you go to and you pay people to scare the shit out of you. Farmageddon. I think Demons would make a very good spin-off for Farmageddon. You go to the cinema to watch Demons, and then you've got people kitted up as demons running around. You get some tit on a motorbike driving down the aisle. I think it'd
with
be
a sword.
Yeah.
And it's a film I can't remember the first time I watched it. it's probably the early 2000s again, when I was just basically just churning through all the classics. I own it on pretty much every form. I've got it on VHS, nice. Blu-ray, DVD, but I do actually enjoy watching it more on VHS. I think it's just one of those grimy 80s films, and it doesn't really need, I don't really need to watch it in HD, if that makes sense. But
yeah, it take with the VHS, with the dirt on the tape and whatnot, like you said, it adds to the grime and feel, and there are films that you don't need pristine visuals for.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I think to watch it sort of like the Arrow releases and things like that, because I think there's more footage. It's more uncut to like the versions that are behind me, and the sequel's really good as well. Doesn't make makes no sense whatsoever. You could probably write the story on the back of a beer mat. But again, it's got a lot of cool 80s visuals to it, some great makeup. But yeah, that's my pick for today. Demons, or Demonet.
Demonet, excellent choice. I couldn't agree more, Gib. So for my one, I've gone, bear with me while I get up the information. I've gone with it's not usually thought of as a horror, Gib, but it's very much a horror for me, because I watched it as a kid. It scared the shit out of me. It gave me sister nightmares for like a fortnight. And it's 1990s The Witches.
Yeah, it's definitely it's a horror film. It's nightmare fuel for kids.
I mean, your Lincoln Chocolate, which is beloved by all children and, in my case, adults, because I'll never give it up. But Lincoln that with a cautionary tale about witches. I mean, if the witches didn't stop fat kids from happening, it's done its job. although full disclosure, it didn't work on me. I still ate chocolate. I wanted the witches to come at me, Gib. Turn me into a mouse, bitch. But yeah,
no, I couldn't agree more. Great pick as well. Yeah,
I mean, it's Angelica Houston in this film is phenomenal. She is.
I mean, she's never really turned in a lot of bad performances, but this is one of her career highlights, definitely.
Oh man, and the makeup design of the witches. Again, it's meant to be a kids' film. It's a PG, but it's so terrifying. And I miss the days where kids' films could make you cry, could make you shit yourself.
I'll definitely tested your
my chocolate resolve.
Well, yeah, like your tolerance for what was scary and stuff. Because I mean, I used to watch it quite a lot, but there was a lot of parts of it that, you know, I kept it in, but it did used to really creep me out and get under my skin. Maybe that's why I did enjoy it as well. And again, one of those type of films that was a good gateway for me for a lot of the films that I did end up watching as well. So
it is, and it's not all flat out horror. There are some funny bits, some really good family bits. It's genuinely just a great film.
It's a great kid story as well. Obviously,
yeah,
it's based on the book. But yeah, no, great film, great Halloween film as well.
Yeah, it's essential viewing in my house.
Absolutely, definitely one I'm gonna be watching.
Excellent. And what do you think at home? Will you be watching Demons or The Witches? Have you seen them? Let us know anyway. Let us know if you rate them as horror films. But for today, we're out. Gib.
See ya.
Adios.